Or actually, I mean, if it's fine, if you can, then have a cuddle.
Yeah, we had
It's less the cuddle that I'm worried about and more the consequences thereof to the couch.
we had a big bonding session earlier. So
I don't think anyone has ever called you fat, Lorcan.
episode 1.2.
Fuck,
Nice.
destroyed me.
That's where I ended the episode. Okay, now
we introduce ourselves.
we introduce the podcast.
Okay, don't clip microphone.
Hi,
Everyone
my name
else
is
has been
Mila.
clipping.
No, that's just the levels.
Do
Lorcan.
you know
Is
that
that
thing?
not the same thing?
Levels to it. Okay, say your name or
You're
just
nice.
introduce
It's
yourself.
from The
No, you
Office.
start with hello, this
I
is
don't
the
watch The Office.
CAYACast. Episode 1. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves.
Hello, this is the... No.
Brandy, sit up.
Hello
sit up
and
before you do this.
welcome.
Energy.
Hello and welcome to the CAYACast. This is the CAYACast.
Episode 1. Within this episode, we talk about ourselves a lot.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of it.
enjoy. Now we
The
will all
CAYACast
introduce
from the
ourselves
cast of CAYA.
about Kaya. I am Lorcan Berg, Director of Photography.
I'm Brad. I'm the director
Diran Palzer, full grown child.
and head of production.
That thing.
We do not endorse child labor.
Mila Manson, newest member, sales lead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gina, head of brand and culture.
Jared, aka the new guy.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah,
yet.
fuck you. That's
Well,
my
according
role.
to you guys,
No,
You'll be
No.
forever the new kid.
on the block.
Yes.
And also the editor.
Jay Breezy.
Oh yeah.
But,
We need to also say, because this needs to go in somewhere, tune into the next episode of the CAYACast. The CAYACast going forward is going to be guaranteed at least one, probably two members of the KAYA team talking to interesting friends of ours in the industry about their interesting lives, or sometimes just
Won't just be
ourselves.
us.
It's
Won't
going
just
to be
be us.
fun. You'll learn a lot of shit.
Or maybe not even an industry. Who knows?
Okay, bye.
Back.
Just Jesus.
Actually,
sorry.
Lorks, while you're up, turn down the black headphones on the right. There are 3 dials. The middle one, turn it slightly more towards 12 o'clock. That should make it a little bit more manageable for Jared.
Oh, shame. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
Jared.
That's better, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I wanna swing
So,
from
we're starting the podcast.
Oh, great. My
That
mic.
is-
Welcome,
Headphones
ladies
still
and
don't
gentlemen,
work.
to
Yo,
the
what's up?
CAYACast. Yeah.
I've decided to take my
I thought we were
sorry.
doing. Okay,
I
never
think it's
mind.
really sexist
No, we're
that
doing
all the
that at
men
the end.
have headphones on and all the women don't.
Okay,
But
Yeah, that's
by
kind of
choice.
rude.
That's a fair.
I mean, it's not that. Thank you for the compliment.
I'm producing it. Lorcan
Oh, you
doesn't
just
have
took it off.
headphones.
Mine just don't work. I would.
Yeah, that's
Because
unfortunate.
I'm
bad
doing
at
the camera
microphones.
stuff.
If you want.
Guys,
can-
I
we
was
can get
making
you-
a
yeah.
joke. Why is everyone taking me so seriously?
No, but actually, it's a good point, and you can have headphones if you want, because it
Um,
might help you understand podcasts and microphones and stuff.
Actually,
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna do
Okay,
that.
3, 2, 1.
You guys chat
Quickly,
shit.
yeah,
quickly,
we
quickly.
are
Oh, okay, it's
professional,
just like
I
happening.
guess. Okay, no,
Welcome.
yeah, but we're like chaos. I guess.
Okay, we're in it.
Yeah,
Podcast.
podcast stage.
Unstructured.
Yes. So, yeah, how's it, guys? How's
Wait
it?
for me quickly, Jared.
Imagine he's not in it the whole time.
No, that's what I'm
Is
going
Jared in shot?
Am I in shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Your fingers
No,
are now.
okay. you are. The end of the couch is the cutoff. Just move
Nice.
over a little bit. Yeah, there you go. That should be
Oh,
fine.
okay. I'm being unplugged.
Just swing it around a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Oh, I can't hear myself.
What?
Or don't.
That sounded so
Oh.
weird. Wow, I really don't like hearing the sound of my own voice.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, those are my headphones. They're very good ones.
Those mics.
sorry. Yeah, it lowers.
Two-legged at the moment.
Unfortunately,
Oh, okay.
like quite a troublesome child.
Jared, just be aware that your mic stand is vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's surviving.
Went straight down again.
Okay, lead us.
Is that
Everyone
mine?
else is
Yeah.
speaking.
Cough away from the
I think
mics as
so.
well, guys. Just
Oh my
Yeah, if
god,
you
there is
cough.
I don't
so
cough
much
because I
happening
don't
in these
vape.
headphones
Yes.
right now.
So
That's
one
not true
thing,
also.
one thing that the headphones are good for, and this is one of the reasons you use them in podcasting, and might be a reason that I give mine to you,
Sit
Lorks.
up.
oh, no slouching.
Sit up straight.
Episode 1.
You're in the middle of Lorcan and Durant. It's
Yes,
like,
it's true. I need to. I'm tall, remember?
No, it's all about perspective.
That's really hard.
Brad's actually taller than me.
In podcast, one thing that you really need to be aware of is talking over other people. We all tend to do it a little bit too easily in any case. but particularly when you have a mic, people tend to think their thoughts are very important. And what the headphones do is they put, when you're listening to a conversation, right, everyone else's speech is quieter than you relatively because they're further away. But what this does is it makes everyone else as loud as you in your own head. And so you realize maybe it's time to shh more occasionally. So
Got it.
Which color am I?
headphones.
Oh, light green.
No,
Red.
you should be 1.
Yeah, you're
What
red.
am I?
Ooh.
You're the red.
What am I? What am I? What
Okay.
am
Okay, are we gonna actually start this now?
Yeah.
It's
We
like
have
we just started with like
How
a
much-
Started, but we're gonna need to cut some of that.
How much
started-
recording time do
I?
we have?
Some odd.
Like half an hour. So,
Okay.
So let's get going.
started
um,
with a cucking out session from Brad. Yeah. Don't talk over each other.
Excuse me.
I think
You're talking over everyone.
you just talked over Dury.
You're not talking in the mic.
and this is what podcast gold is made of.
Yeah, it's the unscripted moments that are the best.
Yes,
Said
as
that
the
in my
Bioscope
masterclass.
Brasso would say, is it Simi? Who said the thing about the,
magic
tangents
is in
where
the tangents.
yeah, the magic is in the
Bioscope
tangents.
Brasso.
Shout out the Bioscope Brasso. If you want to go listen to a film podcast made here in South Africa, go
Made
check
here
out
in
the
Kaya.
homies
In our studio.
Jody and Ross. Yeah, recorded at Kaya. It's hysterical, and you'll have you'll find out some cool shit about films. Thanks,
Amazing
Brad.
review.
Yeah,
Well
thanks,
done.
Brad. Can we?
Okay.
Any other podcast team members would like to share their thoughts about Dury?
No, I'm actually quite
Okay,
good. Just
cool.
I love podcasts.
We're
That's
gonna
good.
have a podcast called the Podcast coming
Yeah,
out soon. All
coming
about
out soon.
podcasts.
This is now the podcast.
But one thing that I want to say is, and it's definitely a dog that I want to kill, is
What the fuck?
I don't know what's the right second
That's-
language English. I don't know what's
Do it
the
in
right.
Afrikaans.
What are you
so
guys?
that
What are you
we're
guys
not-
doing over there?
Okay,
Dory's
this is-
gonna Afrikaans idiom.
Wow, that way to put me on the stop on the spot. No, like it's like
A bone I want to pick.
yeah. Like
No,
I think
that's not right.
is we did a episode 0 of a Kayakast, which was
Correct.
a fundamental. I don't want to call it failure, but like it was just a little bit better already in the 5 minutes that we've been going. And a thing that we did is we shouted out everybody.
Yeah, it's true. We won't do that
Everybody.
many shout outs.
Yeah, please no,
Selective shout outs.
selective shout outs.
We love you all, but selective shout outs.
If we don't
Yeah.
mention
Shout
you,
out
it
to my
doesn't mean that
mom.
Nice.
we. If we
Bloody
don't,
Haley.
if we don't mention you, it doesn't mean that we don't
God.
fuck with you. It just means that we hate you.
It just means other people don't care enough.
It just means you're not important.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, exciting shit's happening in the studio. This is the first time we've been a fucking 6-piece. We had to pull out 2 extra microphones that we don't usually use. That's not sexual because no one ever uses these.
Not connotating that to be
It's
sexy.
like McDonald's.
I was saying
nugget
I was
order.
six
picturing a
piece.
six-pack, bro.
Yeah,
Whereas-
6-piece.
I don't know
What?
how
Okay,
that
maybe I'm
can
the
be.
same.
Get your mind out the
Yeah,
gutter,
whatever.
Brad.
But yeah, there's more people on the team. We're not going to introduce them yet. We'll do that at the end. So listen till the end until you figure out who these.
No, we're gonna cut
It'll
it.
have played already.
Oh, is it like a cold open thing?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they know who we are by now.
Okay, cool.
This is who we are.
Well, then I'm not going to introduce you.
We already
Either
have
way.
been
Yeah,
introduced.
you've been introduced. But I actually want to ask everyone else, what has your experience been having more people in the studio? Like we're now commonly 5 or 6 people in the office, which is wild.
Is there anybody who wants to speak up first?
Yeah,
Jared.
I mean, when I first joined, it was literally most of the time just myself. I mean, Lorcan, sometimes you were here.
When I could be.
Yeah.
When I was able to
But
be here.
majority just
Brad.
myself, Brad, and Dury, and then also the incident that will not be there.
I'm confused.
And you'll stay confused.
Yeah, just for now, you'll stay.
We'll explain it to you, but not on the
It'll get
podcast.
unpacked at some
Okay,
point.
I see.
We'll talk about it at some point.
I thought you
Yeah.
guys were just like, no, we're going to exclude
We're
you
all about
forever.
organic, open content and being open with you, except for the shit that we can't. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hi-
We want to do it all the time except when we
Some
can't.
NDA shit.
yeah, hypocrisy.
So yeah, sorry, as I was saying, it was literally just myself, Dury, and Brad for like the longest time. So that was quite peaceful. I had some nice bonding moments.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
And
exactly what you think he
and
means.
now I feel like it's chaos, but like a good chaos, you know, like everyone's having fun and yeah. maybe less work getting done than before.
Okay,
but-
well, that's a problem we're going to have to address.
But nonetheless, a fun environment to work in.
Yeah, I
well
feel
said.
whenever there's new people, it like takes a little while to like readjust
Yeah, like
Yeah.
settle in.
and
Yeah.
get used to having more people.
Yeah. I mean, also like having been here before you and before you and before you
what
and
if-
before you.
I mean, what a thing.
By default.
Not by default.
I'm kidding.
Technically, yes.
Retract.
Retracted.
Each member we bring on, it's so fabulous because you do your jobs. There's just so much less pressure and chaos. And that's why I feel like the company's just growing so well.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
from that side of having more people
Mhm.
in the studio.
Yeah. It might like feel a bit more chaotic just because there's more people and so there's more like energy to bounce off. But we're definitely getting more and more streamlined, like 100%.
No.
And yeah, like the rate at which we're operating now that more people are on the team. Oh my God. We've had a couple of productions in the last couple of weeks that have just been like a different level to the stuff we've done before. And the stuff we've done before was cool. So like, yeah, it's very, very exciting and it's so cool to have more and more people.
Well, I find that
in
that's,
making it.
you touching on that brings up an interesting point that I've noticed is that like we always strive to be better and we're very good at sort of like finishing a project and being like, okay, here's how we can improve and here's how we're going to improve. But I do find it funny that like when we're working on like, for instance, Chasing Stages, when we wrapped on that, we were like, fuck, this is huge. This is like the best, biggest, like it's a really good project. We were all very proud of it. But now, not even a month or two later, we've already moved on to things that are like bigger and better. And I think that I really like that because it shows that we don't settle where we are. We're proud, but we're not happy.
Yeah. Chasing Stage is still the biggest thing we've worked on. But in terms of like getting good at the like, yeah,
The
it's
stuff we're
slow,
doing.
smooth as fast.
Yeah. I kind of want to add to that question that you asked earlier about like, you know, having more people in the studio and
Oh
everything.
yeah, we only
We heard from like 3 people.
Ask the second most recent edition.
But you're like, I mean, having
Well,
Jared
Doria,
here,
you've been in the office longest. How does it
Yes.
feel for you?
I mean, like, I'm gonna touch on the 2 new people, the 2 new cast
Hi.
members of a CAYACast. Sorry, am I making? I've got to regulate the like length of the microphone here with my arm. Having Jared here, such a cool, calm, collected presence.
Cool
Yeah,
Cool dude. Cool dude.
Like, I think you grounded us a little bit. We were going a little bit crazy, and to counteract that, now Mila joined, and
Yeah.
craziness
Untold.
is
Right back where we started.
No, I'm joking. It's awesome to have you. She bullies me a lot,
Which
but
is also good.
yeah.
This is a cry for help.
This is not a cry for help. Please, ladies and gentlemen, call the police.
Like and subscribe. Sorry, I really
already
cut
have-
that
Yo,
fucking
wow.
way and a half. I apologize. Yeah, I really killed you.
Smash that fucking like button. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, well, we heard from Jared as the new kid.
The new
damn.
kid on the block. You are all children.
New kid just dropped.
Yeah, we're all
Babe, wake
children.
up.
Sorry. Opa.
Yeah, Opa Diri.
Mila, what's your first, not even a full week, but how's your first weekish been?
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, I've never worked in like an office environment before.
And if you work in any other one, it'll be nothing
It'll
like
be
this.
very different. I
Guaranteed.
I can definitely see that. But this environment's sick. It's like it's just space to be able to make mistakes and learn without any like pressure or judgment.
Not too much.
Well, yeah, and like there's obviously like the normal amount of pressure, but it's different. It's just easier to learn in an environment where you're not like terrified of making mistakes or of not doing things right.
High performance learning environment.
That's
Fuck yeah.
right.
Heck yeah, baby.
All those keywords.
I
Buzzwords,
had another
baby.
question for everybody. It's our first birthday this month, technically, since we launched. Yeah, I mean, and this goes, I mean, Gina's been around the longest as our head of
Been
brand and
around.
culture and just generally
the
helping keep
town.
the whole ship sailing. How does it feel for you that we're coming up on a year?
It happened quickly, but also slowly, because the beginning was just so interesting, like in so many ways. And even though like everything we've done, I'm so proud of, and I don't know, sometimes I don't even know how we did it, but like during the moment, sometimes it was like fucking hard. So, and now things have kind of sped up and they've become easier as we've learned. And yeah, I'm really proud of where we are for like year 1. Yeah.
Agreed.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching from the sidelines most of the time because I have been applying for jobs here at Kaya because I'm just like, hello, hire me already.
I can't
But I'm here
understand
now.
why Mila bullies me.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the beef. Yes,
Let's talk about the beef.
Yes, we have clickbait.
Throw a punch. It can be our.
Yeah, so for context, Mila interviewed for Duri's job a while. When was that? Like August?
I honestly don't even remember what the position was. Like, I literally was like, oh, a job?
Brad was like,
Yes,
help
please.
me. Help
And then
me.
you said last week or earlier this week, you were like, I'm so glad you didn't give me Durant's
Yeah,
job.
Jesus. That would have been very disappointing.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, Dury, fuck
and
your
a,
job.
Time and a place. Like Dury was the right person for that role at the time. Mila was the right person for this role at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I literally put it in my application that I was just going to keep applying until you hired me. So you might as well just hire me already.
Yeah, for the record, that's not why.
Yeah.
That's not a premise.
Oh my God,
That's not.
I was
I didn't
nervous there
just
for a
give in
second.
to bullying.
It is a very interesting tactic for like job applications, is like if anybody is ever hiring, like be it for whatever position. I imagine like going to like Old Mutual and they're like, listen, hire me for this position. I'm like, no. Well,
I'm just
next time you need a janitor, I'm gonna be there, bro. Like, I'm yeah.
I will work for Old
No,
Mutual.
like-
So are you
Seriously,
comparing
though?
Mila's
yeah,
job
I was
to
going to say, is
janitor?
that,
So was I. I was like,
is that how you see Mila?
I think he was comparing the
Tough.
next. I think he was comparing.
I'm
the
actually
next
just
job
the
to
janitor here. I do
Yeah.
coffee runs and I sweep the floor.
Nice.
Fucking,
Incorrect.
back to-
That's my job.
hey, you're the best janitor we could
I
ask
literally made coffee today and,
And
swept
swept
the
the
floor.
floor.
Yeah, no,
So
today it was
fuck
Gina.
everyone.
Damn it,
Today
everyone wants to be a janitor.
Today
bro. I
was
mean,
great.
Mila's in such-
If there are any janitors out there looking for work,
This is an excellent example
we also
of servant
actually have
leadership.
someone
Yeah.
who cleans. But anyways, if I can pull it back to what we were talking about before, which is like
Can
the,
you just pause? Because
I'm not cutting that out.
You really
Um,
hit the dab there. Ooh. Hit the dab. like
This
Wiz
is what
Khalifa.
vaping does.
Yeah,
I'm
kids,
sorry.
kids, I've been there. Don't go there. If I can bring it back to what we were talking about before we unpacked the beef between Mila and Durant, sort of we're encroaching on a year, and I may not have worked for Kaya the whole year, but I'm very proud to have been around in less of a sense than Gina, of course, but around for significantly more as a customer of
Yeah.
sorts
Yeah.
in the beginning. I mean, that's how I met Brad. It was at the launch, at the opening of the studio. It was for someone else, but it was I ended up seeing the studio on the opening day and fell in love. Started shooting there. Wanted to be involved in what Kaya was doing, and I mean, I knew all along that I would work for them. They didn't. But then eventually, through the laws of supply and demand, they needed someone on board who could shoot for them, for people sort of coming to hire the studio if they needed someone to shoot. And I was readily available. I'd been ready, similar to Mila. And yeah, having been here now, I think I've worked for Kaya for about 6-7 months, and we give or take last September, and going on a year now, it's mind blowing. Like I always have to keep reminding myself that like shit, we're not even a year old as a company, and we're already growing leaps and bounds, like going places that other creative studios who've been around for 10, 20, 30 years will never go. And that's not shade. That's not shade. That's more just
Facts.
that's facts and an example of how much we've been able to accomplish in the space of a year, because we've worked together, we've worked hard, we've fixed issues when they've come up, we've been level and honest with each other, and we bring the best out of each other, and I love that.
So when KAYA started, it was just you and Gina originally, right?
I mean,
So
it
kinda
was
just
basically
Brad.
just Brad,
Just
because
Brad and
I
Brad.
only joined formally. Like, I was always there.
You were
I
always
was doing
influencing.
all the work behind the scenes. Brad was actually just,
A
the front
puppet.
man.
Breaking down.
Yeah. I joined officially while we were COVID isolating, because I heard everything that was happening. I couldn't deal anymore with not actually helping, like, all the time.
I remember
I kept
that.
telling her shit, and she was in her head must have just been going, "Oh my god, no!" And
I
then
was
eventually
like,
it got too much.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to have to deal with you if the company fails and it be you being sad. So let me help prevent that.
Oh,
Thanks, love.
Aww.
So that was not the reaction I was
So
expecting.
ain't that
Gina's the
sweet?
reason for the success.
Oh shit!
Because I mean, I asked that because in the space of a year, you've gone from basically running the company by yourself
Yeah,
/
Having
your
other people
girlfriend
run it for you.
and getting help to now having like a 6-person team, which is
I mean,
I'm interested to
yeah.
see, like, in the next year, how much we're going to grow as a team. There's probably going to be a few more people by end of year 2.
Yeah,
But even just starting off the year,
yeah,
like, it's going to be so drastically different to how this
Oh,
company
100%.
started.
yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how much we can accomplish in like a much shorter time.
Well, I mean, like, to contextualize the time frame a little bit better as well is like, we started talking, like, interviews and shit were in August, eh?
I think so.
August
Maybe a little bit earlier. I'm not
2020,
sure.
yeah, something like,
fixing camera.
yeah, beginning of August, I think.
Is it?
I
I can't even remember.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But I mean, we launched
Limbo.
in May, June, July, August. We probably went 4 months with it fundamentally, at least operationally. It was just me. Gina was influencing things.
I can't remember what happened in those 4 months, though.
Just the studio.
No.
Listen, bro.
Just, I guess,
we
like,
put out a couple
no.
of web series.
Setting up the
No, you did big
foundation.
But there's
Studio.
so much that goes into that.
Oh,
like
yeah,
having a
so
solid foundation is basically
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the context
vital.
for that is, like, building a relationship with Lorcan, starting to figure out what it was that people were in demand of. We did a lot of stuff in the podcast space, just a
Yeah.
bit more like passively as opposed to producing it.
Because I was thinking, like, how do people do anything if we couldn't help them, like an editor, videographer, photographer? It's like people came in and did their own podcasts and you did the sound, or
Yeah.
they did their own photo
Yeah.
shoot and
Mhm.
they knew how to use the lights.
Yeah. That was 4 months. And then Dury and then Lorcan's like August, September.
I think Dury was around in June, July, wasn't he?
No.
It rings a bell.
Maybe.
No. You were, because you were
Because
there
it
for
was
the
really
creative.
cold. Yeah, it was like, I remember.
That was. I think that was one of the
I
first times he
remember
was
it
there.
being
Was the creative.
mid-winter, because like I love dressing up in winter. Like, you can layer so crazy. And I remember just
Like an onion,
Oh,
So I
baby.
also
Yeah.
love winter fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not important, but like, just want to say
But
that.
just
That just
on-
means I'm not sweating. so.
just on that, like, a note I want to make, and I'm a very selfless person.
In my own humble opinion.
I wrote a book about,
Wait,
how
did
to
you
be
actually
You wrote a book?
how to be selfless and how I dealt with it. That's a funny joke.
Oh,
Ha.
I see.
But there's a correlation between when I joined and then other people joining afterwards. I just want to point that out. Sorry.
What, you started a trend or something?
Yeah, I did it before it was cool.
Hashtag join Kaya.
Dury did it before it was cool.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, yeah.
That's because Brad wouldn't hire me.
We will, except I did it a month later, but anyway.
That actually is true. Dury did do it before it was cool because he had faith. Like, he left what? I mean, you were
He
in a
left it
job that you
beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I'm
could.
saying.
I left it beforehand.
Working at Kaya was still cool
okay, never
before
mind. He
he
was
did it.
unemployed. I take it back.
I wasn't unemployed. I was
homeless,
taking a
addicted to
spiritual
heroin.
break.
You're working on yourself.
I was
I was
aligning my
working on myself.
chakras.
Exactly.
But
Finding
yeah,
my
I mean,
passion.
we will definitely, the team's definitely going to grow. Probably less though.
Yeah, well, I was more speaking in terms of like the work that we're actually Did anybody else hear that really creepy squeak
That was
sound?
Lorcan's
Sorry.
squeak.
Lorcan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was the perfect time.
No, that was
to
just
fuck
me.
Why
with
this
me,
is haunting as
Sorry.
fuck.
It's like, no.
Oh my god, that would have been so scary.
No, we didn't. Go with it.
Ah.
Pranked.
Got him.
Yeah, sorry, Mila, you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, I was more saying in terms of all the work that you were able to get done. Like starting a company, the work is very different to a year later when you've got the foundation down. But I mean, the growth in the first, I would say up to like 5 years is what's the most important. So I'm just really excited and really interested to see how much more we're going to grow in just the space of a year because of how far we've come in 1 year. And I mean, I haven't been here the whole time, but I've definitely been keeping an eye out and watching you guys grow.
I was part-time for most of that first year.
Yeah,
So
but full-time. Full-time, part-time.
should have been more part-time.
Going back to something Mila said earlier when she was sort of talking about joining and what it's been like and what she likes. One thing that I think that's been really valuable for me, and I think this is a sentiment we can all share, especially since we're all young, entering the industry at around the same time. Dury, you're an old man, I know, but we all sort of like cut our teeth in the creative industry at around the same time. And like, as Mila said, I'd rather not have done it anywhere else, because with CAYA, what's nice is we've grown together. And as Mila said, we've been given the space to make mistakes, not too many, but mistakes aren't seen as a detrimental thing. They're seen as almost not valuable, but the lessons learned and the experience that you take away from making a mistake, and the way that we deal with mistakes, and the way that we sort of, just the way we deal with mistakes is really great, because they are seen as learning opportunities and not mistakes. They're seen as, right, this is, you fucked up, but it's good because now you've seen where you fucked up and you're not going to fuck up like that, hopefully, again. And yeah, I feel like that is incredibly valuable, because there's a lot of mistakes to be made in the creative industry. And if you're not in the right environment, those mistakes will stay with you and they'll hold you back and you won't progress. You just...
Yeah, and sorry, I'm just going to go back to like one of the reasons I was so stoked to start while the company was still small. I mean, I've wanted to start for a while working with you guys. And I wanted to start like in this first year, because like purely because of the fact that when it's a small team like this, like Lorcan was saying, mistakes are actually valuable. Mistakes are actually valuable because we're learning from them, but also because we're all learning together. Like there's not this feeling of coming in and like everybody's got everything 100% sorted out and I just don't know what I'm doing. Like you come in and everybody's working together to make this company the most that it can possibly be. And like when the team grows by one person, it's not just, another title. It's like another whole creative individual that has influence over this amazing thing that we're creating together.
Another cog.
Yeah, another cog in the machine, or whatever metaphor you want to use to make it sound pretty. Like it's actually just so awesome that we get to do that together. And like, it can be quite chaotic with a lot of people, especially young people, especially people who are friends, especially, we all know Dury's an old man, but he's young at heart. Okay, so it works. He fits in.
Dury's younger at heart than me, 100%.
And me, most definitely.
100% agents of chaos.
I mean, I want to wrap up on that quickly. There's a couple of things on what Lorcan said. Firstly, to clients, this doesn't mean that we make mistakes a lot.
No, we don't. We never do.
Another thing I want to note is that yes, we do make mistakes, mostly on our own project. That's why we do all our own projects every now and again, to try new things and experiment and then do it right.
And make those mistakes.
You tell them.
Exactly. And
Eat,
secondly, any media production company that tells you they don't make mistakes are lying in your face. So you should come to an honest one. In all seriousness, mistakes are inevitable and important as growth things. It means you're trying something you haven't done before and you now know how not to do it. And that's really valuable. If you don't try stuff that you haven't done before, you're not going to make mistakes, but you're also not going to get anywhere. And one thing I'm very proud of us as a brand is that we are continually trying to do stuff that no one else in the city and this country and I don't the city, the country, the
universe.
But in all seriousness, like I pride myself on the fact that we really do try to push the boundaries in whatever we do, and that's going to result in us not always getting it right. But and I think that's really important, is that we, and as Mila said, like we're doing so in an environment that facilitates creativity and growth and learning. We're all really committed to making this company, the best it can be, to which I am forever indebted to you all.
Yeet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pay me.
And like we do come to work really excited about work and excited about working together and excited about the work that we do. And would you not want that to be the team that are working on your project? Like
That being said,
this was just an elevator pitch.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I wasn't sure what it was.
And then the other thing was to creators who are, they're like, you're the target market of our hearts.
So cringe.
It was cringe, but it's also true. Like, we've all been in the creative industry. We understand what it's like starting out as a creator. We understand what it's like trying to get work and trying to make shit affordable and stuff. If you need access to a studio space that we use to make some of that really damn boundary pushing content and produce that media, and you want to use that space affordably, why the hell are you not here?
We have what
CAYA
you need.
Creative Studios.
Shout out CAYA Creative
Shout
Studios.
out us.
We can only shout ourselves out. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say on mistakes and culture and learning. We've always been by creators for creators, and I'm excited to keep doing that.
To close it off, because that entire elevator pitch gave me a really fun idea to close off this entire podcast.
I thought you didn't like elevators.
I don't. To close off this entire first episode of a CAYACast, right? If we go down the line and everybody except for Brad says one word, which is a Brad buzzword, which you use on a daily basis.
Shotgun starting.
I think that is so fun. Let's go down the line.
I think we
starting.
do a round robin until you run out, and the person who runs out first
Buys
has to
first
get a
round.
fine.
Guys, I'm definitely going to be the one who runs out first.
Yeah.
When
I know,
you've been here
Mila.
for like a week.
You'll have
I
heard
don't know,
them.
Mila.
You'll
probably
know.
would have
Why do
won.
I feel like I have one thing, but I think I
spend
probably
starting
just
time.
everything else.
Number
Yeah.
one draft pick, baby.
Yeah.
Can I get a specification of what this means?
Like,
Words that Brad likes to use, and you can just throw any buzzwords in there because he's quite big on them.
yeah. So Logan,
And we'll tell you if you're wrong. I'm just kidding. That's
Logan, you start.
Actually, yeah.
I'm starting. Number one pick in the draft.
Yeah.
How does the NBA sound? Dun, dun, dun. With the number one overall pick, I will be taking the word collateral.
Oh my god, that's
no,
what I was
I
gonna
wanted
say.
that. I wanted that. Oh my
It's
goodness.
off the board, baby.
Oh,
Excellent choice from
100%.
Rosenberg at the top of the draft.
100% community.
That's a good one. That's an old school one. You have to like
That's a
that
sizzler.
was more popular back like 2019.
Yeah, Brad hates community work now.
2020. That's still a part of it, but
Yeah. Mila, go.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are mean.
that's
That's
so
a
nice.
nice one.
10, 9.
No, Logan, shut
Okay,
up. I can
let's
hear
move
you.
on to Gina.
Yeah. Recently, Turnkey. We are Turnkey Digital
Ooh.
Media Studio.
Yeah.
She's
Suddenly,
up with the
no,
title.
Suddenly, apparently, that's
no
what we're-
Turnkey, and then last month obviously popped up somewhere.
He
watched the
Turnkey,
YouTube video, he's like,
Turnkey,
yeah,
No,
Turnkey,
I taught Brad the word. I
That
taught
was for
Brad
the showreel.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I turnkey. And I was like, what the?
It's super cool. it's such a nice word.
by that.
It's always been true. We just didn't
Yeah.
know that was the word.
No, you just didn't.
Jared, go.
I'll go for yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good one. That's a good
Which,
one.
when he typed, looks like geese.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or G's. Or
Okay.
his.
so to continue.
Wow. I wear that badge with pride.
I think. Are we still
Okay.
going?
Are we doing round 2?
I am not going to be able to play
We
this
gotta go
game.
quick fire. We're running late for meetings.
Okay, now we get 5 seconds to say it. Now I've gone completely
5,
blank.
4,
Brad
3,
likes to say
Drunk.
1.
creative.
Cop out answer. Cop out. You
Yeah.
can go again, but that was a
5,
cop out.
4,
Cop out.
3. Yeah, that's actually true.
True.
That is actually true. I'll go for
Nice.
Lorcan.
Mine's in a similar vein. It's often when he goes, listen, 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 shh, shh, listen.
I've got such a good one that I don't know.
Let's get Mila again.
No,
Mila,
Mila's,
you're
Mila's
mediating.
new. She's a ref.
Just know we're doing this again next episode.
I'm just learning more about Brad. He's a very interesting individual, sounds like.
Correct.
Jared, go 5.
You're amazing.
That's 3 words.
I don't hear that.
No, it's not.
Said phrase.
Oh yeah, actually he does say
Oh,
that to
okay,
Jared.
yeah.
He does say that to Jared.
I always hear that.
Retract that.
I'm joking, he does say it.
Law can go.
Smashed it.
Oh nice.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
true.
I've got
I
one.
could've done that one.
Daddy speaking now.
Okay.
What? Not to me.
And Durant has fucked up.
Guys,
End it off there. Let's
Not
end it
one
off
I've
there.
ever said. I've
It's
And on that
obviously
note-
just to Durant.
clip the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close it out
Yeah.
with a
Everyone
one
else
that
has
you're
been
all
clipping.
gonna fucking hate that you didn't get. Doo-doo.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no,
Brad
you've
says
stopped that. You've
I've
bettered
been bullied
yourself.
out of it, yeah.
I've ruined that
in
for you.
note,
Sorry.
Oh doo doo.
I've got
You
a-
do that.
Can we just clarify? It's
do
not
that.
just doo doo. It's like
yeah, it's not doo-doo.
yeah.
I just use English.
No, there's
and-
something that you do.
yeah.
No, it's not you. It's the English language.
Yeah.
He says the word do and then follows it with the word do a lot. And it sounds like he's saying
Okay.
do.
Doo doo.
What is conversations getting away from us?
Yeah.
It
okay.
is.
Are we gonna all
About
just say
us.
our name to introduce
Oh,
ourselves?
Yeah.
no, let's end the episode
And
and
then
then we
let's-
do the.
Yeah,
Introduction.
that's it.
Okay.
So how do we
Thank
end
you for
it?
listening.
Thank you so much for listening to the CAYAcast. This has been the CAYAcast.
Share, like, subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe to this
Smash
YouTube
that
video
fucking like
or whatever audio platform you're listening to it on. Check
Or
us out on
Instagram.
Instagram at Kaya Creative Studios, at Kaya Creative Productions.
And TikTok.
Don't forget to follow us also on TikTok. You know the things.
We should
Thank
put
you
this
so
on
much for
TikTok.
listening. Have an amazing,
Oh, trust me, we will.
amazing day further from the Kaya team.
Or
Goodbye.
don't. Or don't. You have the freedom of choice.
We end by saying stay tuned to hear Jared speak more on the second podcast.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Well, we don't. Hey, let's not make any unrealistic
Yeah.
promises.
Jared
Let's not
actually-
make any.
Yeah,
I feel like you
If
maybe
you-
spoke less than me, Jimmy.
I say, we'll
This is-
be
now
able
we're
to.
gonna have to
I've
check
been
the
watching.
minutes.
I've
This
been
is the part of
watching.
the entire audio.
It's been
where
close.
just gonna be
It's
like-
been close.
I'm just putting music
Good
on.
luck editing
And
this,
on that note,
Durant.
Yeah,
And on that note,
Good luck editing
Bye.
this, Durant.
Bye.
Enjoy it.
anyway, I'm just going to do a little.